Now that we've defeated Erica, it's time to get our child gambling on. I hope displaying this doesn't get my video struck down. The adults are cool with it too. They're literally trying to give me coins for free, but I don't have the case yet. This Team Rocket man is guarding a poster that definitely doesn't have a secret switch behind it. I think if you wanted people to not notice it, you might have chosen not to put it in the middle of the wall for public access. But the joke's on you anyway. IDGAF about your secret switch. I'm trying to become a degenerate gambler, and to do that, I must acquire a coin case from a man who just lost everything. And although it's good of him to finally go straight, it's not super cool that he's totally fine with passing down his gambling addiction to me, a 10-year-old with an otherwise bright future ahead of him. This lady says, "My Pokemon are weak, so I often have to go to the drugstore." Well, that's one way to cope with it, I suppose. The chef is apparently taking a break right now, so what, you're not gonna serve me? Is it because I'm black? And white, and whatever shade of gray this is? I don't think you're supposed to have the whole restaurant take a break at the same time. Seems like an inconvenience for your customers, but what do I know? I'm not a businessman, I'm a gambling man. Now let's go gamble! And by gamble, I mean use my infinite money to buy coins, which is a giant waste of infinite money. This is gambling for rich people. I've never touched the machines in this game. 3-column slots are garbage. If you're going to a casino, you want 5 columns, preferably themed games with chances of bonus spins or free wilds. Or in this case, you can just buy the prizes you want at a ridiculously marked up transfer fee after mashing the A button for 45 minutes. Luckily, my alleged ROM has a turbo function, but I still had to put my finger in a splint at the end of the day. So I was looking at the Pokemon they had on offer here and decided I might as well buy my 6th party member, Dratini, which I also did in Soul Silver, but at least here they don't get to screw me over with the nature and I'm actually going to keep it. I've never used Dragonite before, and even though dragon types aren't physically good till Generation 4, I want to see what the supposed ultimate non-legendary Pokemon of Generation 1 can do for me. Plus he can learn Fly, and I'll need that for convenience. He'll make a pretty good taxi in like 40 levels. After spamming some more coins, I also want to find out what the TMs are. Turns out the middle one is Hyper Beam, when I was sure the last one would be. I'll teach that to Primate because he is in desperate need of a move that doesn't suck. He's basically a normal type Pokemon in this game without the stab. It's really sad. After taking way too long to realize that I should probably just set up an infinite coins code, we go back and get the remaining TMs. Turns out the most expensive one is Substitute. What an absolute waste. You know who should really learn it? The trash can here. TM23 turns out to be Dragon Rage, which seems like a waste to teach Dratini, and I probably should have taught it to Growlithe, but I taught it to Dratini, and I heavily regret not teaching it to Growlithe, who can't evolve till level 50, because otherwise he won't learn Flamethrower as Arcanine, and damn, this game is old. Hey, since I'm here, I might as well buy all the Pokemon to fill up my decks that I don't care about. Fool's got it covered. He can do it himself. He doesn't have cheats though, so he's gonna have to bet the farm on the slots if he wants that Porygon. Dude's gonna take up cigarettes by the end of it. Alright, now that we've cleaned the prizes out, I guess we should dismantle Team Rocket's operations in the city, even though that is not our responsibility. Introducing Team Rocket's patented floor spinning invention, the Epicac of conveyor belts. Why walk places when you could spin extremely fast with half the forward momentum and arrive at your destination with a celebratory vomit? Picking up TM07 lets my Nidoking learn Horn Drill, which is a terrific one-hit KO move that never lands under any circumstances. It just seems symbolically proper for him to learn it, that's all. It has 5 PP and you'll waste 4 of them on misses, so the economy of this move is just phenomenal. Well, if we want the elevator to work, we have to find the lift key. I started asking around, but even the guy who had the lift key didn't know who had the lift key. But then he dropped the lift key, so I got the lift key. I gave him some time to pick it back up even, but I guess he figures what's lost is lost. Maybe there's a 5-second rule with lift keys I don't know about, but I picked it up and it worked fine for me still. Picked up TM10 over here. Double Edge seems like a move that Dratini could really use since all he has is Rapid Dragon Rage. Double Edge is kind of better in this game because it's just as strong, but it seems to do way less recoil damage, so that's cool. Alright, big boss time. Let's see what Giovanni's got to say to me during our first meeting. Probably something super epic and monologue-y. Oh, he's just impressed, that's it. No bullshit, I guess. Alright then. The battle ends up being just as short. 2 of his Pokemon would die in one hit to a bubble, and the Kangaskhan can get double Hyper Beamed. Son, distraction over. Give me the Sylph Scope. I need to go spot me some ghosts. On the way there, we can bring a drink to the thirstiest set of guards in Pokemon history. They're sliding in DMs, liking old pictures on Twitter, just thirsty as all hell. But we give them some Beyonce lemonade and they finally calm down and let me into Saffron City, where I can grab the TM for Psychic and teach it to Starmie. Here we are in Lavender Town's skyscraper cemetery. Hopefully this place never has an earthquake. I'd hate for it to start raining Pokemon ashes like Pompeii. Fool is here, but who gives a fuck? This tower is overpopulated with possessed Chandlers, and for a 10-year-old, you'd have to imagine it's pretty horrific facing down an army of undead spirits. But also, it gets old real fast. They all have nothing but Gastly with a couple Haunter thrown in, and there's over a dozen Chandlers in the building. After the third one, I'm like, alright, I get it, ghosts are a thing. You definitely should have made more types of them from the start. Stop squawking at me and let me go. Closer to reaching the top, we encounter the matron ghost of the bunch, and the Sylph Scope reveals its true identity as the remnant spirit of Cubone's mother, obviously very angry at her son's decision to wear her head like a trophy forever. I didn't know you could send spirits to the afterlife with an ice beam, but that's what happened. We ascend to the top floor, where our efforts to rescue Mr. Fuji are met with a statement that he didn't even need to be rescued. He's like, "Oh, thanks, but I came here of my own free will." Bitch, you're dealing with Team Rocket. How you got here ain't the issue. I could go to the heart of the ghetto of my own free will, but I'm still gonna need rescuing. Then he's like, "I came to calm the spirit of Cubone's mother. I think it has passed on now." Doesn't give us any credit, probably thinks he did that shit. This Mr. Fuji dude can get bent. He gives us a polka flute for our troubles, typical old man, not knowing about millennial walk-through-walls technology. His lackeys are still going to bat for him, I see. Mr. Fuji was praying alone for Cubone's mother. Yeah, bunch of good that did. Keep your thoughts and prayers. I took action. That's how you get shit done, brother. Sometimes you gotta literally ice a motherfucking ghost. What? Dratini is evolving? Small snake to medium snake, let's go! Now that we have access to Saffron, let's go challenge the Psychic Gym. Oh, this Rocket dude is standing here saying get out of the way like he ain't the one in the way. So now we have to go to the discount suboptimal number 2 Sidekick Gym next door, full of a bunch of brutes who got wrecked by mind powers and lost their main gym status. Well, enjoy getting wrecked by some more mind powers. Starmie got you covered. The Karate Master goes down in 2 hits, and then he's like, "I beseech you, do not take our emblem as your trophy," which my kid self had no idea what any of that meant, but now I realize he's like, "Please don't take our worthless badge, the Pokemon League won't accept it, our gym is meaningless, instead have a cool fighting type Pokemon." And as far as fighting types go, Hitmonlee is among the coolest, and actually gets fighting type moves, unlike a useless round hairy pig monkey I know, but that useless round hairy pig monkey is my friend, and I would never replace my friends like that. Oh, don't give me that look. Charmeleon was an acquaintance at best. If you try to take Hitmonchan too, it's like, better not get greedy. As if these thugs could stop me, I just whooped all of them. Did you know Hitmonchan was named after Jackie Chan, and Hitmonlee was named after Jason Mraz, singer-songwriter of the 2008 hit single I'm Yours? Trivia's crazy sometimes. Hey, let's go thwart yet another Team Rocket operation. I'm gonna super gloss over it because it's boring as hell, but basically Team Rocket has taken over Silphco, probably in an effort to get their hands on the Master Ball prototype, and so this section has you running up 8 flights of stairs and jumping on warp points that have no business being in a company that previously wasn't taken over by Team Rocket. I'd understand if you had a warp point installed so you could step on it and instantly go to the bathroom to save time, but these things are everywhere and lead to completely random places. There's only a few mildly humorous things that happen here. One is this scientist who pretends to be all like, "Help, I'm a Silphco employee," and then he challenges us to a battle, and after the battle he's like, "What? How did you know I was pretending?" I don't know, dude, maybe it was the part where you attacked me without provocation. I've never been a hostage and had the SWAT team show up to liberate me and been like, "Oh, thank God, the police are here," while charging at them with a knife. It really gives the game away. Another thing is this real Sylph employee who gives us a gift for helping drive off Team Rocket, except the gift is TM36, which is the TM for self-destruct, so she's basically telling me to kill myself, like, "Thanks, lady, I'll be sure to save you more often." Oh my god, thank you for saving me. As a reward, why don't you teach one of your Pokemon how to blow themselves up? The last thing is that Fool is also here, and his logic for being here is the most dumbass shit I ever heard. He's like, "I thought you'd turn up if I waited here." Dude, you're in a corner room only accessible via warp of like the 6th floor of a corporate building I don't work in. You just thought I'd eventually turn up here? How long did you have to wait? The fact that I turned up here is irrelevant. It was preordained by the programmers of the game, but had I the free will to write my own Pokemon adventure story, this room would never exist in my field of vision. You have truly earned your namesake of Fool, good sir. Now get wrecked by Pokemon that are 8 levels lower than yours because you're garbage at this. Oh, actually there was one more funny thing. This Team Rocket grunt is using Marowak, which means Cubone's mother actually just faked her death to get away from her annoying son and fulfill her true destiny of becoming an instrument of evil. That ghost at the tower was just a projection. Scooby-Doo has dealt with similar explanations in their episodes, so it's quite plausible. There's just no getting around the truth that Marowak is a villain. She got the best of both worlds. She died a hero, and she lived long enough to see herself become the villain. So wacky. Anyway, we beat Giovanni, blah blah, his Pokemon all still died at Bubble. He's hella mad, but he says something like, "The Jews will not replace us," or something like that, and he runs off. And now it's finally time to actually challenge the Saffron Gym. Oh, but first I went back and got the TM for Earthquake, replaced that stupid-ass Horn Drill, and now Nidoking is a force to be reckoned with. Sabrina foresaw our arrival, but couldn't foresee herself getting 100% dusted by my underleveled Pokemon. Turns out Alakazam isn't that threatening when you freeze it and it stays frozen for 10 turns. I'll be taking that Marsh badge now. I don't know what a marsh has to do with anything happening here, but sure. And that's gonna do it for this super long episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Sunburned Albino, and I will see you guys next time.